Two.
Yeah, King, we live, baby.
Well. What's happening out there to the big world? Here we are with my man Sultan. Go way back.
You better know it.
Y'all, y'all already know Molly Ma. This is Wake Up Monday. Wake Up Monday. Give a little bit of, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. And if y'all,
Okay.
y'all can chime in, it's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's just spreading education.
Yep.
Education is wealth. Just like your health. Your health is your wealth. With knowledge, if you got knowledge, that's your wealth because you're gonna have knowledge and wisdom to get out of any situation you're in. That's what we got to use our mind, our intellect, our higher self. So hey, welcome to the first day of it. We're gonna be running with it. So chime in. And this how I came from Lions Den Collective. Yeah, yeah.
What up, Lions Den?
Hey,
Hey, it's gonna be a good one tonight, man. Cause I know you want to talk about why, well, not even why, how religion affect the community. When you say religion, that's a widespread. Cause we know it's many religions, and I like that you didn't just stick to like Christianity. Cause they always seem like they always been target. It's like no, it ain't just Christianity. It's all religion. So I want to know why you want to talk about that. Why you brought it up. So you can get it started, King. We start with you, King.
all right. Well, the reason I brought it up, religion is been designed to do what racism does to separate us. For us not to come together as one. So when we come in with race, we already black and white racism, and when you come from, it's the same play. But what they does, they put religion in it so it can block you from your creator, your high supreme being, the one of absolute. And there's no title names. I'm not gonna give it a title name. Christ, Jehovah, Allah. There's no titles. You know what I'm saying? We talking the one who rules all, the Most High. Let's keep it right there. You see what I'm saying? Because when we start putting titles and labels on everything, now it becomes a competing situation. Now people competing about that name. It's no different than Hex and Woody competing against each other because it's a name. It's no different Islam and Christianity competing against each other because it's a name. They're going to believe in what they want to believe in that aspect. But if we talking about the creator of all, it's not about religion. It's about within you. It's finding you. When you find yourself, you find God. When you find God, you find yourself. That's
That's
what
true.
we don't understand. So, so religion does the same thing that racism does. It's racism against, and this is the crucial thing. They worked us on just race, but when they can mess with you and whitewash you, being connected to God, that's an execution. They killing. They just killing all people of God when they put that in play. That's why we have rumors of wars over Iraq and all this and that. Because everybody trying to say their God is better than no God. It's only number one God. Every book I done read, everything I done studied, they all say one God. But they put a tight name on it. Now it becomes separatism. Now we're going to be at war. We're going to fight. And we're going to say, well, mine's better. Mine's better. I believe in Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. I believe in Allah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. So they're the war. Now we competing together about what God is, who God. God belongs to everybody. Everybody. And we got to stop this madness.
Uh-oh. Talk to him, King.
We got to stop this madness. We'll never be able to come together to see the glory as a group. It'll always be individual because people are going to be growing differently towards the creator with understanding. That's why we have to have depth. Because everybody ain't gonna be able to make it based on their time. A lot of time when people pass, it's their time because they already went to another level. And what religion does, it teaches us that bad and good. There ain't no, only bad and good is within itself. It's Kundalini. It's together. It's one. That's the yin and the yang. You can't start your vehicle. The signs tell you that. Physics tells you that. You need a negative and a positive to make movement. We couldn't be in this physical vessel if we didn't have the negative and the positive. The negative is the flesh. The positive is the spirit. So it got to be able to work together. So they give us a story, tell all the devil, all this and that, you're going to hell. Man, listen. Hell is right here, working it out, trying to get it together, going through hell to get to the promised land. Simple as that. Simple as that. If you don't believe me, just look around. Just be conscious. Have a conscious mind. And since I said conscious, therefore, what Christ means conscious. Y'all added Jesus. Jay wasn't even born into. Y'all just added that name. Y'all talking about Jesus' name. Y'all sure? But it wasn't talking about the acts. It was talking about the conscious mind. Elevating your mind to more than where it's at. And every religion talks about that. But we can't never get on the same page because we holding on to these titles. Let go of the titles. Love your brother for who he is, regardless of what walks of life he's going. Wherever it is, all the books belong, the knowledge belongs to the creator. And we have to figure it out. We have to be code breakers. Signs and symbols. Every book's talking about reading the signs and symbols of God to be close to him next to him. That's what we have to do. Just like any book has been written, it's been written by man, regardless. I don't care what language it is. But through all the translation and everything going on, you will have to have what? A conscious mind to be able to see through all what's good and what's bad. That's why you have to have a conscious mind. Not being programmed with the TV and everything, what's going on around you is keeping you from your true self.
Let me chime in. So
go ahead.
So I'm gonna tell you this is something so real deep, right? Cause when I was a Muslim, I wasn't even practicing. I wasn't even praying 5 times a day. But I remember being locked up, and I had a situation where I was working, and I almost was at my 90-day probationary period, but I got a gun charge, resisting arrest charge, and unlawful entry charge. All of some bull crap with it. So anyway, so I'm like, golly, man. I said, I was asking. I was talking to Allah at the time. I'm talking to Allah at the time. So I'm just being real. Allah, if you get me out of this right here, I tell them, I let everybody know you real. You know what I'm saying? This is. You know, I can't get out of this. You say you don't put me no burden that I can't handle. I ain't gonna better handle this. If I lose my job, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna just go back into the world. You know, I don't want to do that, right? So I mean, I can't. I don't want to go because I don't want to start over. So you, please, I was begging God to help me, right? Look, see the commissioner. I raised my hand like this. I say, this one I was like 30 or almost 30. Close, like 20, 29 or 28. So I raised my hand like this. So she said, well, you say, what you guys want something? So I said, yeah. And I said, can I say something? She said, go ahead. I said, I don't even own no gun. Yeah, no, I said, yeah, I don't even own no gun. She said, it ain't just a gun on here, it's a resisting arrest and unlawful entry. I said, resisting arrest. No, I said unlawful entry. I said, the guy that tried to get me locked up because he could get money for the gun that his folks got, but he got to get somebody locked up for it. They had something going on. If you get somebody locked up with a pistol, you can get $1,000. So he had to do the whole play like that. You know what I'm saying? I said I just came out of his house because you know what I'm saying. I had to go to work the next day, and then my girl got into it. I spent out of his house because we worked together. but he ended up trying to do something because he smoked crack. Look, I'm telling this whole story, but the story was, I asked the Most High, let me put it all together perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Well, at the time, Allah, let me talk fluent and not no stutter, nothing, right? Listen. So then I said, the resisting arrest charge came from the police officer was mad that I ain't let him know where I got these porno movies I was selling at the time. He asked me where I got them from. I just ignored him. He said, I got something for you. I got something for you. So I'm like, I ain't sitting in the back of the back seat. I'm like, whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, whatever. So when we got to all my charges now, they don't match. So I told him, I said, look at my wrist. I said, if I was resisting arrest, they would have put the handcuffs on me tight and hit me. They ain't even put the handcuffs. So at least they put the handcuffs on me tight. Look at my wrist. Nothing on my wrist. Ain't no signs of them being mad at me for resisting arrest, right? So she said, so all them lying on you. I said, I stopped talking. I just shook my head. Next thing you know, she was typing. They look like my mother a little bit. I saw in that joint, pre-trial release. I said, you giving me personal recognizance? She said, I'm like, I was so happy, right? Look, how you get personal recognizance on a gun charge, resisting arrest, and unlawful entry? So hold on. So as I get back up with the paperwork in my hand, the police officer looking at me, he normally take me back up to know where he gonna take you at. He got to me back where I started from, right? This is what he say to me. He look at me and he do a double take like I'm the son of God, right? He say, all the years I worked here, she never let nobody go on personal recognizance, not even for child support. He could see my charge, gun charge, resisting arrest, unlawful entry. He said, all my years of work, and the Most High let me see this for a reason. He had to let it come to my ear so I can know that he did it. He said, all the years I worked, I have never let her go, never let her never seen her let nobody go, not even for child support. This is the exact words. I'll never forget it. This is almost 20 years ago. Boom. All right. Now this has happened recently now. Let's fast forward about 3 to 4 months ago. I'm locked up. I'm like, oh my God, I said I can't afford. I got something to do. I gotta do the next day. And if I don't have to get no bond, I'm gonna have to go see the judge on Monday. Or it was a holiday coming up. I'm like, I'm gonna miss my situation, right? So I'm like, oh my God, man. Oh, I'm asking God again. Now I'm not a Muslim no more. I'm into the Bible. I'm an Israelite. I'm into the Bible now since I was 40. I'm almost 50. I've been into the Bible since I was 40. Never knew nothing about the Bible till I turned 40. Right now I'm into the Bible. So I'm like, Most High, please, you know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I'm saying? Get me out of this situation. I ain't asking a lot. So hold on. So I'm in this situation. It's gonna be very hard for me to get out of it. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So now I got 2 assault charges, one on a female and one on her daughter, a minor. And I also got a malicious destruction of property. All 3 of these charges are mine. Cool. Pause there, baby. So then boom, next you know, I go see the commissioner. The commissioner is a dude. I seen this commissioner before, and I was like, man, God, I'm so glad I ain't have him. I don't know how. Probably the day I got with that woman, I seen him. That woman, a long time ago, he's still there. You know, young looking dude, he's still there though. Man, I swear, I got him. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm like, so I try to talk to him, and he's like, look, before you start talking, he said, let me tell you right now, you can explain yourself if you want, or you go into that room, you're gonna have a public. It's gonna be a lawyer that's gonna speak to you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lawyer. They're gonna talk to you. You could let them talk for you, or you could talk to me, talk for yourself. Make a decision. I said, my brain racing. I'm like, I want to talk myself because I remember I talked myself because I'm aware of the last time. I said, I'll take the lawyer because I already know it's not good. When I can sense it's not. I take the lawyer. Man, I went back there. Got to talk to the lawyer on the telephone. I told the lawyer, man, my son mother, man, she been doing this to me over 20 times, get me locked up, don't come to court. Man, I got situations I gotta go through, take care of my rent, couple of days. I got this, that, third. If I get locked up, I'm a miss situation. She did this over 20 times. So look, now it's time to sit back. I'm back in front of the commissioner. I try to talk. I thought I could have something to say. He said, You already said you forfeited you talking. You got a lawyer that's gonna talk for you. I'm like, oh, he about to crack me. I'm like, here I go. So next you know, the lawyer come on the phone, get to talking. I don't know if this thing is a man or woman. I just couldn't tell what it was. They just, I don't know. We get to talking, right? Ooh, then he mentioned, yeah, and his child mother has done this over 20, over 20 times, and he has something you got to take care of. Take in that consideration. Look, when he or she starts talking to the dude, man, I'm looking at the dude doing what he doing. I'm reading. I'm like, it don't look good for me at all. Next, you know, he said, I'm setting your bond at $2,500. If you got the money, you can pay it. You can pay it right now. Or no, if you got the money, you can pay $250 right now. Or you could pay a bond, man. That's the third party. You know how I gotta go. But you could pay it right now with yourself if you got it on you right now. I said, I'll pay it right now. Thank you. Then I said, what made you give me a bond instead of personal car? He said, the nature of your charges. I said, thank you. So hold on. It gets better. So now I'm in a bullpen waiting to get called so I get out of here, right? I'm in a bullpen. We have these switch people around, movers around, whatever. So I see a Spanish dude, before we go to the bullpen, the Spanish guy said, man, I got a charge of a second degree assault. That's what I had, 2 second degree assaults, one on the mine, an ambulance destruction of property. He said, I never had no record. I never been charged, never been locked before in my life. I said, you should be fine. I had 2 of them. I got 2 of them ambulance destruction of property, and I got a bond. You should be fine. You will get at least a bond. You should be fine. Yeah, okay. Never been locked up. Man, he come out that joint looking sad as on or what? He got no bond. First time, this how God showed this up to me again. First time, never been locked before in his life. Only one simple assault, only one second degree assault on one person. I got a second degree assault on a woman and her daughter. That's a minor. Animalist destruction of property. He didn't get a bond. I got a bond. This is how I'm showing you that religion is important only if it's make you a better person. I don't care what religion you are, as long as they make you a better person. So I'm saying this. I'm gonna end with this one. I'm gonna end with this. I was a Muslim praying to God to get me out of it, and he got me out of it. And now I'm an Israelite and praying to God, he got me out of it. He got me out of it. It's all about right here. It's all about, you see what I'm saying? It ain't got to do with what you talk about. Just be a good person. He gonna get you out of there.
And look, and that goes along based on what I'm saying. See, the fight ain't with which God is which. Mm-hmm. It's within. It's within. Everything is within. Because everybody is walking this earth is a God and a goddess. And we connected to.
You see me? Man, this is my opinion. I'm saying black. That I can't speak for every. I don't think every nationality is a god and goddess. I think blacks are god and goddesses. I think that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But still, nevertheless, they still our children. They're a part of us. So, like, watch this. Like, our spirit is part of what? Our Father, right?
Yes.
The Most High. And we're in his liking. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're in his liking. So if that's God and I'm in his liking, therefore I'm God. I'm just not my Father. You feel me?
Yeah.
So now if we go back in the lineage of, I got some story, but we get ready to tap deep now. If we go back to how they was created, the other lighter skinned people, everybody on earth came from black.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Every nationality.
Every nationality. So therefore, we God's walking the lane. Lost our way through racism, through religion, and we're not able to practice our own being. Watch this. They use fear against us and lack of understanding. So if you're fearful, you're not going to challenge. You follow what I'm saying? You won't challenge. You won't challenge the word if you're fearful. You go right along with it, like most people does, because they're fearful. Like, oh, I ain't call myself God. That's blasphemy. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
So the tricks are in the religions. Right. And see now, let me iterate on what you were saying to you. Let everybody. I'm gonna let everybody know that Sultan was born Muslim. Right. I want them to understand that he was born Muslim. Right. Coming out the womb. Right. All his life.
Sunni Muslim.
Exactly. Sunni Muslim. So just for the statement he said alone, everything connects based on what I'm saying. So I just want people to just not take the words of what we're saying. Investigate. Don't take my word. Investigate. But that's a prime example because, like you said, you prayed to both parties and still got blessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that because
Same
them are
outcome.
tools to be used for a benefit of what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make it bad, but we got to understand that's not God.
Right.
But we can still use the tools in this world because that's this. Them books are their stuff. The
Well,
physical
now
world.
we see it's different levels because people. I look at life like this, right? We needed Elijah Muhammad. We
Oh
needed
yeah, we know all that.
we needed everything. We needed everything we got to get us where we at right now.
Exactly.
I don't regret being a Muslim for 40 years. I don't regret nothing because I need everything to get me to the final goal. It's the final goal, getting back to him. And you gotta understand this too. I got Muslim brothers and I got, you know what I'm saying? I got Israelite brothers. I'm not debating evil. I'm not in debating nothing. I'm not trying to debate because in reality, this is what I believe in my mind fully. I don't know nothing. I believe off of faith. I trust. I have faith. I never seen these things. I never experienced these things, but off of faith, I just believe. So with that being said, I'm not going to try to down talk somebody that's believing what they believe. It's all about what you
Exactly.
believe. You know what I mean? I don't have no proof of none of the stuff I believe. So why I'm gonna try to down talk or make you think that you ain't believing what you believe is right? I don't have no proof of neither one. So as long as you're a righteous person, I mess with you from the bottom of my heart. I don't care nothing about what you talking about because that's your pride, that's your personal life anyway. It got nothing to do with it.
So now that's just where we move on to. Now you know why that will work regardless of what you read and study, because we got to get knowledge. It's going to be words of wisdom, men or of different men ancestors giving us ideas so we can form it up
Mm-hmm.
to manifest in our life to do what we need to do.
No question.
Correct?
Yes.
So that goes back with what I was saying. Now we go to why that happened. It wasn't based off religion. It's based off your energy and your vibration. That's a prime example of it.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example of it. You
Mm-hmm.
use what you learned and studied as far as Islam, and you learned how to manifest a prayer and manifest your spirit, your insides to manifest that freedom.
Mm-hmm. You feel me? I mean,
You follow me?
I didn't do it.
But
I basically
the
begged God to do it for me because I
the
couldn't do it.
manifest
I thought I was going to lose on both situations, and he put.
right. Both situations, two different institutes.
Yep.
Okay? Two
Yep.
different institutes. So
Yep.
therefore, that means this is what I'm trying to show people here, right here. It's your vibration.
Yeah.
It's how you vibrate
Yeah.
on high energy and frequency.
Yeah.
Because we are frequency, we are energy.
Yes.
And when you manifest that energy like that, it don't matter what's in front of, we're gonna overpower because we're
Mm.
gonna get very connected
Mm.
because of the energy, the vibration. That's
So
why it works.
give me. I mean, I kind of understand why, but the Most High wanted me to feel him to the point where he let the other guy not get no bond. He had no record at all.
That's fine too. Because if that would motivated you, that's fine. Yes, that's the Most High. That's you being connected to your vibration.
Mm.
Okay, taking your energy that you have
Mm.
and pushing it through.
And
See, like,
it's like I can't even explain it. I needed to get out. I needed to get free, and I had to get free.
you put every essence in your body and your mind to focus on that. That's moving energy.
Mm.
Not even knowing that that's how you did it.
Mm.
Because it wasn't Islam and it wasn't the Israelites. It was your energy. You put all, can't nobody put your energy in play but you.
Mm.
You follow me?
Yeah, definitely.
But you just had you had foundations that you could stand on.
No question. No question.
Teaching as your mother say, open the door for an elderly. Say yes, sir, and say yes, man. These are still foundations that we've been brought up on to
Right.
balance it out to go move. Now we just got to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Dealing
Yeah.
with your energy, your chi. You
Mhm.
follow what I'm saying? That
Oh,
was more
but
important.
look, now listen. I be telling a lot of people they have questions like we was gonna talk about what's up with the youth and why they seem like they can't how you could talk to the youth for this and that and third. Don't get me wrong, I would never give up on the youth, but people gotta understand when you choose it's good and evil. When you choose to do evil, some people just want to do evil. Some people ain't gonna learn until they get caught. See,
Yeah,
some people don't want to. They ain't gonna stop until they get caught. They ain't gonna learn until they get caught. So
yeah,
sit there and try to tell somebody, man, y'all tripping. They getting a little fast money, attention. They living off the hype. They doing all this wild stuff. Only they gonna stop. They get paralyzed, get locked up for a long time, or get killed. So it's hard to try to get somebody that think that what they're doing is what they. I'm going to live in die rich. I mean, what they say, get rich or die trying. It's hard to try to tell these little young dudes what to do when they hold mind and they hold core, they little buddies telling them like, man, look, man, this is what it is. And we so I don't want to use this like we so old, but I mean, we at the level where as though I didn't even think that we were going to, like, for example, my son just graduated out of college this year. My other son, 8 years old, Messiah graduated college, Emperor, 8, he a tag student. So my children, they smart. They already, it's all about your mother and your father, you know what I'm saying? They stay on top of the children. If you ain't got no father and mother that stay on top of them, you can't really no stranger tell them what the God, this, that, third. They don't really hit none of that. Their mother and dad, their mommy and daddy ain't telling them nothing about that.
yeah, yeah. And see, a lot of the reason we call them YNs, the reason they so messed up confused is 2 reasons. One, the effect of 1,400 years of what we went through as a race, period. Okay? That still dwindles down to different generations. So now we got to understand what the media changed the culture. We had a culture, we had our own culture. All right. Now, this how it is. Now, social media, BET, all of them. You know what I'm saying? That our culture, not only our race got stolen, now our culture's been hijacked.
Yeah,
You follow what I'm saying?
yeah,
So now everything's about the culture of what the others doing. It's not our culture. The music changed, the rap changed, everything changed to their culture, but making it quote unquote saying it's from us.
Mhm.
See, these the things that now watch this. Malcolm, Elijah Muhammad, all these leaders, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali. We can go on list, which you were saying that all of them play their role and their part to getting the message out.
Right.
Even Dr. King's, whereas though even his last day he realized that we
Yeah.
shouldn't be trying to
Be,
come
be,
together.
be,
We should
be
be
with the
dispersed.
Democrats. We shouldn't be trying to be with the Democrats. Bottom line.
Yeah, we should be trying to come together. But that's fine and dandy. That's a lesson.
Yeah, it's definitely a
That's a
lesson. We're
lesson.
gonna keep it. Listen, we're gonna keep learning lessons. But I think now is the time. This is the time for us to try our hardest because it seemed like we ain't tried hard enough 20 years ago. And it seemed like but I don't even think it was nothing we could do because everything has a time and everything will happen how it's meant to happen. We can't save nobody for real. We can save who's meant to be saved, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So,
Well,
you know,
yeah, what you're saying is right. And one thing about it, when you chosen, I know you chosen. The engineer's chosen. I
yes,
know I'm chosen.
yes,
We
yes.
know that. There's
Right.
no coincidence in that. But when you're chosen, that we're gonna excel. The only reason we're gonna excel and be out here because we got to teach it.
No.
We got to grab them. We
Right.
got to show them. You know what I'm saying? We got to enlighten them. And the reason why back then with our parents and this and that, because knowledge was available, but not like it was now. but they were still whitewashed through religion. You see what I'm saying? They were still whitewashed with a lot of stuff that was given to us that was bad, and like Christmas, like these holidays. These holidays don't mean anything.
But you gotta keep in mind, they was whitewashed with Christianity.
Yes, yes, they was.
The Bible is the truth. Christianity is what when they put their own little white man spin to it with all the Christmas and all the Easter and all the stuff that's not in the Bible. Matter of fact, it's in the Bible that heathen is going to cut down a tree and decorate it in silver and gold. It's in the Bible. The heathen going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. Everything they doing, the Bible's so real because it tells on them. The Quran to me is it can't give no predictions, so it can't compete with the Bible to me. It has no predictions. But back to you.
All right, and okay. Wow, I'm glad we on this. So both of them play hand in hand. With Islam, for me, when I took my shahada, when I became Muslim on the street because of my uncle. You know, my uncle, your father, they always, you know what I'm saying? That's how we all came together.
Right.
So I became Muslim on the street, but I was a Christian before. So when I came to study, I never forget when I was praying 5 times. You know, I was deaning 5 times. I was deaning 5 times a day, bro. Fasting,
fasting.
All that. You know what I'm saying? Married, had my Zoes. Man, she was kind of did the whole thing over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
Held it down. Yeah.
Yeah, for 20 years straight. So and so I mastered and learned what was good to feed me. See, everybody got a different appetite. That's what we got to understand. So then I started going back to Christianity because the fact that it holds something that Islam don't. Christianity talking about spirit more so. You know what I'm saying? The Islam gonna give you everything you're supposed to do correct in this physical realm. You follow what I'm saying? Lower your gauge. Get married. Doing everything.
It seems like it's more disciplinary.
Exactly. So that's the discipline that is missing out of Christianity.
Yeah, Christianity wide open. You come in there and be a homosexual dancing all in front of people, and they don't put you in your place. But yeah, go back to you.
You know why, right?
Yeah, they want the money. They want the money.
It's a deity that we pray to. See, they got deities will give you blessings too, get answers your question too. But it's not God. So the deity was Jesus. So if you got a homosexual white picture, and that's what you're portraying, because the picture that everybody is praising, he was a homosexual. He was a rapist and a murderer.
But he not described like that in the Bible. We know Jesus was a black man, but I understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying. So we dealing with spiritual.
Right.
So if you don't know how the spiritual warfare and navigate through the spiritual essence and have discerning spirit over what's right and wrong, then you get caught in that trap. Then you become homosexual because that's the entity that you're praying to. They didn't give us a reflection of a black man or the true one. They gave us a reflection of a white gay guy. So therefore that's going to open the door for all that craziness, homosexuals and all that coming in thinking it's okay because you praying to a deity, which is the wrong thing.
So evil. I mean,
right. So
they calculated with their stuff. They calculated what they do. They knew what they were
going to do because if they can take the masculinity away from the male, the black man, then they're going to conquer.
Right.
Then we're going to make them gay. Then we're going to turn them into punks.
First, now, let me start. This is what they try to do to us at first. See, look, it's the devil so wicked, right? He got so many plans to destroy he hated us so much, right? So listen, this is what he first started the rap game to be like. The rap game was intended to be, okay, talk gangster stuff so we could get people to kill each other. All right. that stuff wasn't working. That stuff stopped. I mean, it was working pretty good. Let's take it to the next level. Let's get the gangsters that talk gangsters, but show their butt and be like that and be really gay.
Yeah.
So now we can make the black kids think that it's cool to be kill your other person and be gay. This is what they pushing now. It's cool to be gay and kill your own kind. But this is the bottom line. If you know your enemy, you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's when you don't know your enemy is when you got to be worried.
Exactly. And that's why I say if you want to beat the enemy, if you want to destroy and destroy their kingdom, you use their own weapon against them. That's what you use the Bible against them. They created the bullcrap.
Well, you say that again?
They created the whitewash of the Bible.
It's no part of the Bible. Okay, let me slow down. They don't read nothing in the Bible. They don't read nothing in the Bible that they can whitewash. Anything they say out there, that's out their mouth. And they read anything out that Bible is nothing they can't whitewash nothing. They can only make up stuff like, okay, well, Jesus' birthday is this day. That's not in the Bible. They can only say stuff like, okay, well, we're gonna celebrate Christmas. That's not in the Bible. But they tell us that don't do it, and tell us don't do it. And your enemy, the devil know more about the Bible than the people that's supposed to know about the Bible, because he has to know the Bible. The rainbow, the homosexual rainbow color, they took that because the Most High said that's his favorite color.
Well, actually, that was supposed to be the symbol, but the rainbow was supposed to be the symbol of the promise of God.
Right, I'm saying, but it's in the Bible. This is what the devil does. He go through the Bible, he does stuff trying to be acting like he's trying to he's being smart or not smart, trying to be sarcastic, or trying to be cynical or whatever you want to call it. To be like, well, I'm gonna take everything that's good and or everything that God like, whatever, and I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna put it like this. You know what I mean? But like I said, they didn't start like this though. They didn't. The devil, it gets worse and worse. I mean, for a prime example, in another 20 years, it's going to be worse. 20 years ago, it wasn't this bad. It gets worse and worse because the devil's constantly on earth and he constantly plotting. He's constantly. That's why it happens like this.
So I hate you saying the devil. Who is the devil? What would you ever recognize as the devil?
The devil. This is okay. Let me break it down. Every nationality can be evil. The devil is the white man, for sure. Let me repeat it again. Every nationality can be evil and does evil. Every nationality, okay. But the devil is the white man.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I mean by that. The devil is the white man because in the Bible it said, Jacob I love and Esau I hate. For the Most High to hate something that never did nothing but just came out of a woman's womb, he already know what he made him for. He made him to destroy and be evil on earth until he's gone. This in the Bible. So Jacob I love. Jacob come from the Israelite, the tribe of Judah. The tribe I come from, the tribe we all three of us come from. That's who Jacob come from, the father of the Israelites. And Esau was Jacob's twin brother. The Most High said he hate him. He hate Jacob I love and Esau I hate. Esau is a projectile of all the white race: Greeks, Germans, Italians.
Tell him what color was Esau. Tell him what color Esau was.
Esau was red. Esau was red all over because he was red all over because it's like a little crying baby, white baby come out that womb. He gonna be red, crying. He red. You know what I'm saying? White people turn red when they cry, when they get mad or whatever. When they get in the sun, whatever happens, they turn red. Esau was a red little baby, and Rebecca Rebecca had Jacob. That's their mother had Jacob and Esau. Now the whole time Jacob had them in her womb. Rebecca had them in their womb. She was going through so much. She was going through so because they were fighting in the womb the whole time. When they got up in there, she was going through it because they was fighting the whole time. She was like, "Oh my!" They was fighting. Esau, they was fighting. When they finally came out, we we um we the only race that can make white babies. We can't. We the only race. We can make black children and white children out the same come out the same black woman. We the only race that could do that. 'Cause remember, we make all the races anyway. She
Right.
had Jacob and she had Esau. The Most High said He loved Jacob and He hate Esau.
Right.
Then in time, Esau sold his birthrights.
Exactly.
And if you read the Bible, you can see that everything the
What he
Most
sold his
High
birthright for? He sold his birthright for what?
He sold his birthrights for some food.
Exactly.
So if you look at every nationality, they have he specifically said that it's the 12 tribes of Judah that can make it to salvation. Just because you're Israelite doesn't mean you get salvation. You have a chance at salvation. You see what I'm saying? You don't get to make it to heaven just because you're Israelite. But 12 tribes of Israel, meaning you have Colombians Israelites, Cuban, Trinidadians Israelites, the Indians the Indians that had the not the Indians with the dot for it, they Israelites, Jamaicans Israelites, Haitians Israelites, the so-called African American Israelites. I mean, it's more than, I mean, it's 12 tribes. But the point I'm making is these are the tribes that could make it to salvation. But at the same time, a lot of these people in these tribes, they still wicked. They're still wicked. So I'm saying this to say that when you ask who is the devil, the people that's wicked, the different nationalities, that they gonna go right with the devil at. But they had a chance to get salvation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have a chance to get salvation. According to the Bible, everybody.
So
Say it again.
somebody's trying to call you.
Yeah, Bible, everybody don't have a chance of salvation. Only the Israelites have a chance of salvation, according to the Bible. So when you see people, I don't even get when I see people like the people on the side of the streets eating the Indians eating all that mud, dirt food and all that crap, and them people eating all that different people eating bush meat and eating monkey faces and eating their hands. I see that's what they supposed to do. They supposed to eat the stuff they eating. They doing what their nationality is supposed to do. They not my nationality. You see what I'm saying? They're not a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So to try to lump up everybody up and say we all God's children, no, we all God's creation. We not all God's children. It's a difference. There's a difference between all God's creation and all God's children. All God's children are the Israelites. And just because we His children, don't mean we're gonna get salvation. Back to you.
So let me ask you this: if you said only the Israelites, what about the Moors? The Moors ran.
The Moors are Israelites.
Okay, the Moors. Okay,
The
then
Moors
what about?
Israelites.
Okay, what about the Muslims?
They
What
Israelites
about
too.
the Christians?
They
What about the
Israelites too.
Christians?
Oh,
All right, so that way.
long get black Muslims. You ain't talking about Arabs, are you?
No, I ain't talking about none of no herbs, none of
The
that.
black Muslims can get salvation just as much as I can get salvation. I'm not no better than the next Muslim brother, but you need to find out what's going to get you salvation. Salvation ain't going to come through just because, well, I can't say what it ain't going to come through because I feel, I really feel in my heart, as long as you're a good person, black person, that's doing the right thing and helping on people and take care of your family, I just think you're going to get salvation. That's what I believe. I cannot
Okay.
believe that I got to do everything that somebody telling me to do to get salvation. I already proved that I had to do that because I was a Muslim and got helped by God, and I'm an Israelite and got helped by God. Back to you.
All right, so I get, and most people when they deal with religion, they looking for the salvation. I get that, I understand it because that's the not that's where
That's the end.
that's the well I'm gonna say that's the knowledge is on hand is giving to guide us in the right straight way. Because one of the sayings like in the narrow and straight way, the Muslim can just. Hey, what's up, DJ Slicky? What's up, man? What's happening, brother? Appreciate you. You know, and back to what I was saying. So I'm gonna say this. Me, I'm not gonna need nothing but the knowledge and wisdom being Christ-like,
Mm.
okay?
Mm.
Being Christ-like, stand
Mm.
on the Sir told Mr. King, this narrow and straight way, Christ-like, and
Mm.
seeking my Father,
Now
the
hold
Most High, the Most High. That's the connection between, watch this, me and him. I'm not going through no group, no society, no people, no nothing. I came in the world by myself. I'm going to leave by myself. You follow what I'm saying?
no
Back to
question.
the one I go.
No question.
All right. But I have no problem with people thinking that way because they trying to what? Get
Find yourself.
themselves in a better
Find
way.
yourself. Hmm.
Get to align themselves.
Right.
I wouldn't have got to where I'm at if I didn't read the books that I read.
No question. No
I
question.
wouldn't have got here if I didn't build. If my destiny was to go to Islam.
Yep. Mine
You
too.
learn,
Mine too.
you learn. You follow
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christianity, and studying all these books. You know, what I'm saying? The Israelites. I know about the 12 tribe of Judah. I studied that.
Hmm.
You
That,
know,
that's disciplinary too. Now that's another thing. Now let's stop for a second. People say, well, Muslims they can get disciplined. Israelites disciplined too.
they go see.
Very disciplined.
The Israelites is the true what is Christ like.
Uh huh.
Not Christians. Christian is the title which was given to with whitewash
Uh
with the
huh.
12 tribes.
Uh huh.
You follow what I'm saying? I get that, but I don't have no problem. I just don't. I'm not going. I know, and I know people don't. I know people know too. Other people know. I don't have to go through them channels anymore. I
Me neither.
done done it.
Me
I done
neither.
evolved.
Me neither. Yeah, I feel the same way.
I evolved.
I feel the same
I
way.
already know what the Most High have done for me individually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying? That's right. We're real Jews.
Mm.
That's
Yep.
right. We ain't the ones with the white dudes with the curls going out. They the
Uh,
fake ones.
them the fake ones. Yeah. Yeah. No question. But you still know. But you still know. You saying that all the stuff you gathered in your life, it was necessary. So that's what I believe the
Right.
same thing too. It was
Right.
necessary for me to have all them things, so it must be meant for me to have all the things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
So now you gotta accumulate these things. You always because you're always gonna learn. It's more to everything.
right.
So now the level I'm on now is vibration and energy. 'Cause that's your final destination. Once you
Right.
start tapping into that, because you're going to your spiritual self.
Right.
That's the only thing we're supposed to do in this world, get to our spiritual self, not religious wise, but spiritual essence of who you are, your DNA before you got this flesh on, before you came here, or before you came on this earth on the journey.
Yeah, because you know the word religion is not in the Bible not one time.
Nah.
Religion is man-made.
And it's all to take you away from everything that you need to know and learn about self and have the downloads and the memory of who you are and your task that you signed up for before you signed up. You with your loved ones I'm talking about spiritual essence, energy.
Mm-hmm.
You signed up, now you're going to go to earth. It's coming through the womb. Now you got to remember, get them downloads, remember, because it's a task. But when we get here, we get stuck. We get stuck because they hijacking your energy.
Mm.
So when they hijack your energy, you're gonna be in a relaxed mode. Somebody got your energy and they constantly sucking on it. What's gonna happen? You're gonna just
Let it
relax.
go. You gonna let it
You're
go, right?
not even gonna think. You're gonna get content.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get content. Now everything's a distraction to you. Now
And
you're gonna chase women. Now you out there doing this. Now you chasing, looking. You trying to find a satisfaction or self-gratification for yourself because you done let go.
mm.
You ain't on a search on Mr. King. You ain't been doing your studying. You don't know how to be Christ-like.
Mm.
You don't know how to stand strong and understand of helping people When you help someone, you're helping yourself.
Right.
When you give, you receive.
Mm. Yep. Yep.
You know, and it's all about your heart chakra.
Mm.
Just because you don't like what I do, I'm still not mad with you. Still gonna love you.
Mm. Mm.
You know, I'm not going to be upset because you don't believe what I believe. My whole thing is, I have to just do what the Most High want me to do and be able to be a service to the world,
Mm.
not to
Mm-hmm.
people, but to the world. Why I say world? Because think about the 2 minutes. Okay, we got 2 minutes, y'all. Think about, the trees.
Mm.
That's a living organism. It
Mm-hmm.
gives oxygen. It helps us.
Mm-hmm.
But they destroy that to make money. That
Mm.
has no life. That
Mm.
has no life. Then put a dead president on front of it
Mm.
and have us worshiping that. And then on the
Mm.
back of it, it's going to say, "In God we trust." Really? All trickery, all witchcraft, all that. That's why when you're in school, you taught how to spell. Words
Mm.
are spelled. That's why the Bible tell you that your tongue is like a double-edged sword because it cut deep.
Mm.
So so when you speaking, you got to speak with love so people understand, appreciate the love that you have. If you become the love child, that godly child, that godly love, that godly love, that godly love, like everything you touch, the animals, the birds, everything coming to you, you at the presence of the high conscience of Christ with love. That's the only thing Yahshua was teaching. Love. That's why they gave you the story, but the ear getting cut off said, "Don't worry about it." That's why you get, "Oh, they know not what you, Father, spare them." Because it's all about love. Love is the power, it's the source, it's the energy to get you anywhere in life. So look, we about to get on out of here, man. It's been a good talk, man. I'm loving it,
Yeah.
man. It's gonna be every Monday at this time.
Yes, sir.
Awoke Monday. You hear me what I'm saying? So,
I
hey,
ain't
man.
get a word in, man. Y'all really
Okay,
just
go
talked
ahead.
the whole show. I ain't get a word in. I
My
ain't
man.
about to end it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna fall asleep just sitting here listening the whole time.
I'm ready for you to jump in,
I
man.
don't know. Pass the ball, puff, puff, pass the J. Next person talk. I'm just listening. Like these niggas, how long they gonna go without they say, okay, well, I'm intrigued though. I done learned a lot. I'm just letting y'all go, brother. But I was ready to go before we ended. I gotta say something, but you can't just
Yeah.
end the show now. You finished talking. You done?
Nah, I'm done. Go ahead, bro. My fault, Ken. You right. My fault. We gotta
We
have
only
fun in everything that we do.
53 minutes in. I ain't saying a word.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
brothers
I
been
just
sitting
chime in.
there.
We should have
They
had a
been
little
sitting
thing where
here
you chime in. Huh?
Nah, Cam already know we got a thing when we chime in. I don't know. Cam was on fire tonight. I think he just had to get something off, so I let him do his thing tonight.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I'm good with y'all, brothers. I had to mess with y'all, but nah, Cam. I said I want to try and fall asleep. You know, I wasn't ready to get off. I'm still going. I'm strong, brother.
Nah, so let's do a recap on what you heard and everything. What you think and
I like everything y'all was saying. You know, I just don't take anything literal. You know, like I take messages from a lot of these books now. You know, like I study all religions. It ain't no religion I wouldn't study. Even
Mm.
Satanists, I read some of them books just to understand why would they actually believe in Satan. Then when you read it, it's just the story told backwards. You know, basically, devil is God to them, and he came to the God and saved them. He gave them knowledge. You know, they feel like God won't want you to just be walking around naked and not have the knowledge of anything. So I understand why they do it. I don't make it right, you know, but I think we supposed to take messages from it, just like Pinocchio. We know Pinocchio is not real, you know, but at the end of the day, it was all about spiritual awakening, how you become a real spiritual being. Now they say a real boy, but that's what it was all about, awaken, you know, let go of the booze, stop getting drunk, stop hanging around the wrong people and all that, and then you could become a real spiritual being or so-called a real boy. You know, and I think people get caught up in Jesus black. No, he white, he this. No, he's a character. You know, just like Superman is a character. He's King Clark. Jesus is Emmanuel. he can be a lot of different names, whatever you want to be, but you're supposed to get the message, what he does, how he healed the people and things like that. So I think people just take things a little too literal, and I think when people, say, like, even when the time of creation, I put up the scripture for it, because it seemed like a lot of people just skip over what it says. And I don't know why. I don't know, because the preachers might preach this stuff, but they always say God created us in his image. But I never seen that it always say God created us. He say, let us make man in our image. And it's right there in the scripture, but it's like, I don't think people actually read it. They hear somebody say something, then they continue to say it and constantly say it. So it's right there. You can look it up. Genesis 1:26. It say, then God said, let us make man in our image. That's more than one person, after our likeness,
Yep.
to rule over the fish of the sea and the birds and all of that. But it's saying our. And it's no different than you and your child's mother. Me and my son's mother, we had a child in our likeness, in our image. So it takes man and woman to become their higher selves to create another being. You mean nowadays it don't, but I think man and woman works God. That's when you become God, and that's when you create another being like you. But I just think people overlook things and they take things too literal, so that's why they can't have certain conversations. But it's so much I can go on about this. But I was like, dang, they gonna let me in on this one. Let me see where they
I
taking it
wish
at,
I wish you to chime in, like, but it's good right now. You giving us
Nah,
two right
I was
now.
on God. I ain't never hear you talk, so I was good. I just wanted to hear you, So I was letting you, get your thing off. I didn't know how long y'all was gonna go though. I said, hold on, I might gotta say something now, you know.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But look, but what you were saying about the I think you said about about you feel like I forgot what you said. You said about not knowing. Dang, I forgot what I was about to tell you. But you said what's the last thing you said? You was like about all different about different religions, and you said like it don't really you learn about all of them and this that. But
I said I
this
tried to
I
take the
feel.
message from him.
We
Yeah.
Yeah, but this I feel we like you said, we don't know for sure. We just believe. We believe what we believe and we go from there. But just like I
Yeah.
said, I'd rather have an open mind. And like you said, I'd rather have an open mind to everybody. I'm not even gonna be fooled. I'm not gonna have an open mind to everybody because I know who my enemy is. See what I'm saying? I know it's some this is a I'm a follower of Malcolm X, right? This how I look at life, right? I know it's some white people on this earth that's not the type of people that would hang you or whatever. They'll be watching you get hungry. They wouldn't that might hang you, but they'll watch you eating popcorn. But I know there's some white people that didn't do all this type of stuff, right? But to Malcolm X explain it like this. Just like it's some rattlesnakes that don't bite. If I put 100 rattlesnakes in front of you, do you want to find out which one don't bite or you want to just chop up all their heads? Which one you want to do?
Muhammad Ali. Yeah. I like that.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah,
if
they
you're on the
did
road with
right.
a
I
lot
got
of
that from
snakes.
Malcolm X. I got that from Malcolm X. Like, I could care less if one rattlesnake that's good or it's five of them good. I'm gonna chop all their heads off and go let them go with all the rest of them. That's how I'm gonna look at it. If that make any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
It make a lot of sense. You know. I don't know. I think they create evil. We create evil, and what people got to understand. That's why I said I study it all because I want to understand people. And what we got to understand is those people that you calling snakes. They got a God too that they believe in, and they
Yep.
God is basically is telling them they can do the things that they doing. So we might say it's wrong, but in they eyes they doing right by their God. So it's just a war and it's a division because there's so many different religions. When people forget, we all just one spiritual being. So on their side, we looked at as evil. On our side, they look at as evil. It's no different, But at the end of the day, evil is winning, because they got us divided, So it ain't the fact that they just want to be evil, that they believe that what they doing is right. Like they really believe in these things. Some people is born Satanists. And then when you read into the book, it ain't like they like, oh, just go around killing people and stuff like that. Like, no, it's basically just they flip roles. You know, they basically got Satan as Jesus Christ. You know, and they
I mean,
both
you
it's
got
the light of the light. It's the same thing. That's why Superman name is what his name what is Kal-El, and that's the same
Yeah.
thing as all the other fallen angels. Michael is always a L at the end. So
mm,
you gotta take a message from the stories that they telling us. That's all it is. It's the same story told different. And I know I hear a lot of people like the Moors, the Israelites, and things like that because these stories, when it was written, that's who was in charge to me. And people just assume that's when it was written. Like, no, just how they whitewashed everything. Who not to say we blackwashed everything? I think a lot of these stories are older than what the people are telling it, and they've been taking this story from generation to generation. That's why they said the first person that wrote about Christ, he said Christ's story was written 600 years after his death. How you write about somebody 600 years after they died and know everything about them? You didn't talk nothing. Like, who can you talk to? What bystanders was there? So the more you dig into it, the more you know. Even the tribes of Israel, it was 13 tribes. They keep one out because of the story about them, and they purposely kept it up. Look up the 13th tribe of Israel. Everybody just think it's 12.
where they come from? Where they come from? What
Yeah,
country?
just look it up. Just look it up. They tell you everything about it and why they
Look it up
left it out.
online. Go online and look it up.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because if we talk too much about it, it might flag us because
Okay,
they
got you,
don't
got you,
really.
got you, got
Yeah, yeah, but it was a reason why they kept it out of history because them people they was weird. They was doing different things than we do. So I think it was different times. King, don't get quiet on me now, man. You was on
Nah, I'm
side, man.
enjoying
Don't
it.
let
I'm
me get
enjoying it.
quiet,
I'm
man.
loving the recap. I'm loving the
Don't let me
recap.
get.
Yeah,
Don't let me get.
just the recap. I'm glad you got the recap. You just breaking everything down. You telling us different
Yeah, I'm
things. We want to
loving
hear
it.
from you too, bro.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Everything you're saying, and like you saying with the story of the story of Jesus, they wrote it 600 years after Jesus' death.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did was they did go into the pyramids and studied the hieroglyphics, and that tell you everything. With every religion, every book came from the hieroglyphics. Glyphs. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing wrong. And not only over in Egypt in the pyramids, but the pyramids all over. Because we got pyramids, just as much pyramids in the United States. So a lot of that information coming based off of that. So I can see them saying they coming 600 years after because that's how they got the story. Because even Yahshua, his name was Yahshua, not Jesus. He
Right.
studied all the stuff, the chemics, all that, how to heal. He went to all across the. That's when he was a child and he
You
left.
definitely did. Right, right. Yeah.
That's when he studied all the Egyptian and all the
Now you
Anunnaki
still
stuff.
telling the story of somebody else telling that story. That's the thing.
But one thing about that story, yeah, it's telling the story, but on paper, one thing, but with something written in stone, that's something that happened right then and there.
That's true. Oh, they
They
No,
got
got
it
no,
in stone. They got
no.
it in stone. Now. They got it in stone. They got this. They
yeah,
got this information in stone for sure.
See, what
yeah.
you
So
gotta understand is the carving was younger than the actual build of the pyramids. So it's like somebody going around the neighborhood and spray painting your hood and stuff on it. Just because they spray painted on it,
what
mean
was younger?
people there. The other people took care of it. They didn't write or carve into it. It's the
All
people
right.
who came to want to claim it. Then they start carving into things, saying this was ours. So it's no proof that they actually built the pyramids. The people who carved stuff into it, they
Who
found they
who
found
you
it.
say who found the people
Egyptians
who?
found it. They say they found it. Whoever they made a story of that found it because they can never rebuild it. If somebody there at them times built them pyramids, it'd be somebody today that can build them. They said it was slaves and all this stuff. You remember the story that they say how pyramids was built? It still is no proof that they can actually move one stone. It can be 100 human beings can't
Nah,
move
you gotta
one.
realize, man, that time was different than this time, brother. We dealing. They was actually giants. walking the
See,
earth.
No, they wasn't. No, no, no,
You
because
don't
they
think
got their bones. Nope,
so?
nope,
You
they
don't
got
think
their
it's no
bones.
giant?
they
So
Not
should have
building
oh,
the
oh,
been
pyramid.
oh, you don't
Not
think it's
building
no
the
giant,
pyramid.
baby?
Not building the pyramids.
they should
Not
have
building the
No,
seen.
pyramid.
no, no. I'm just saying. Period. You don't think it was giants?
Yeah, but they
They
should
got
have seen
they don't
the
have no bones of
So,
giants.
let me ask you something. You don't think
They
the
got a bone.
Anunnaki?
If Shaquille
Let me
O'Neal
ask you
bone
something.
drop
You
down, he a
think?
giant.
Hold on, watch this. You don't think the Anunnakis are giants? Or they the same height as we are?
7 feet tall. That's considered giants, bro. If you got a whole family, if you got a whole a society of 7 feet or taller people, that's considered giants, bro. They ain't no more than 7 feet, 8 feet tall.
Nah, I
Them
think they were
giants.
way more than 7 feet,
I just
bro.
think that it was taller people or not because the sun was farther away, so he had more room to grow. Just like the trees was bigger. It ain't that the trees was chopped down, it's that a lot of them can't grow as big as it used to grow because we in a
That's
smaller tank. It's no bigger than a fish been in a fish tank. The bigger the tank, the bigger the fish can grow. So I think that we not growing as tall as we used to, and it's proof because it's too many doors around that it don't make sense because a human being, an average human being, can't even reach the doorknob. But a giant had to build it and had to be an entry for a
That's
giant.
why I said it's giants.
but
But I
You
but
think
see,
we
y'all,
you gotta
understand
remember the story.
big people.
You gotta remember the story too, not to cut you off. You gotta remember the story that they have out with the Nephilims. The Nephilims was the giants. They were supposed to have been the Nephilims, the giants. Then you had the fallen angels, which I consider this the fallen angel was the Anunnakis. So, but they was giants because there was two different species, the Homo sapiens and the Anunnakis. When they buy the DNA, switch that DNA and put it into man, and then they was able to have sex with the women here at the time, and that's how they came up with giants.
I want to ask y'all a question right now. Keep in mind now, the Most High already knew all this stuff was going to be talked about. He already knew we were going to say this right here, and anybody else to talk. This will make me believe. This will make me believe this. It's a higher power. This will make me believe in this. Is a the Most High is over everything. This will make me believe this. When you look at life, right, and creation, the Most High created everything that's living. You can't have a father without giving him a mother. You can't have a mother without giving her a mother or mother and father. So, what came first, the chicken or the egg? We all know that the chicken had to come first because you can't get no egg without making two chickens. Having two chickens get pregnant and get an egg. So that's how the Most High show Himself. You can't dispute it. There's no way you could dispute that there ain't no such thing as a creator because nothing could be on this earth without Him. You can't be. It wasn't no man and woman. I mean, you can't have no baby before you have a man and woman. So He created Adam and Eve. You have to believe. You can believe or you don't, but it's common sense. It's a creator because it's no way you can have a human being without being created from a whole man and woman first. You can't have no baby unless you have a man and woman on earth. The creator did that. Back to one of y'all.
No, I agree definitely with you. Creator did it, and that's why we are made out of a bunch of atoms. That's why we are called Adam and Eve. It ain't that it's actually a person. Even Jesus is nothing but the Son. But people actually think it's a physical person. That's why they tell people don't study astronomy. That's just evil. It's evil. No, that's them
It's so
talking about
true.
him going around the 12 zodiacs. That's the sun traveling with the 12 zodiacs and how he go through it and how he heal everything. Everything can't live without the sun. Jesus, they say the Son of God, but they talking about S-U-N, and they know the Son walks on water. The sun heals the sick. Everything is good through the sun. We can't live without the sun. So it's a lot of stuff they just turn into stories, and then they for people to basically understand it a little more and they want to be a little more creative. But I think if people look more back into looking into the zodiacs and how the zodiac work, you'll understand why he had 12 disciples and why they played the role that they played. Is the reason why he was portrayed and things like that. It's stuff that in the sky. All you got to do is study the sky, study the stars. and that's why they had to follow the North Star. That's why they had to follow the stars that even find Jesus Christ to get to his birth. So they always say don't study astronomy, but it seemed like they was using it to travel. How did they get from A to B? They was following the stars. So it's just weird, So but I think they use this to try to tell us how the world worked, and it actually worked back in the day. But now people looking at it differently, and they were saying that we were sun worshippers. No, they wasn't sun worshippers. They were scientists. No different than what they do today. And when they study the sun, oh, he's a scientist and da 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 da. But when we studied it back in our time, we were sun worshippers. No, we understood how the earth works. That's why they aligned the pyramids and the purpose back. They ain't do that by accident. They had all the technology we have now plus some. It's just that when they find a little bit, they use it, but they using it for the wrong reason. And that's just my belief, though. I can't say that's true, but that's basically what I believe. I think a lot of these techniques is to keep people divided and keep us programmed. People keep forgetting we all just spiritual beings. We all just out here having a human experience. We ain't
Yeah.
Buddha, we ain't Christian, we ain't Muslim, we ain't none of these things that man made up. We don't know who's
Yeah.
the first more or the first this and that. And I'm pretty sure whoever created shocked that it's still going on. I'm pretty sure the person who started Christianity didn't have no clue that we'll still be talking about this thousands of years because he know that he rewritten it. King James know he wasn't no good. He rewritten it. Everybody take this story when they get in power and they make their people look like they was always the good people. So I can't say that we didn't do it when we was in power at one time, because this
No,
story like it lasts longer than anybody.
no different than who's in office right now and what he's doing. Yeah, I see you. Hey, what's going on, Trey? What's
So
happening, brother?
so let's get on that. Let's get on that. So what make I don't see to me, I'd rather have Trump in office right now than Kamala for this main reason. I don't like the fact that how they try to bring all them immigrants in here and undermine us.
Yeah.
So when you undermine the FBA, we no, we not going for that. And listen, it's to the point where it was been told us long time ago. I forgot the doctor name that told us what they was going to do. Just told us this long time ago. They're going to bring these immigrants over here to replace you niggas. Was
Yep.
told that to like about 30 years ago. They was already planning. Look, an intelligent mind already thinking what that man going to do. He a step ahead of him because he already know what they up to. So the plan was to bring all the immigrants in here and get their votes. If you get all the immigrants in here and get their votes, you undermine us. And it was to make sure that we don't get reparations and pass out all the money. Get the money away. Get the money away. Now, this how vicious we up against a wicked situation. How are you going to explain to the American people you giving money to illegal immigrants over American citizens?
Well, yeah, I know how. You know why? Because the bottom line, that money, like you're saying, is supposed to be coming to us. So I can see why they're doing. They don't want us to have. That's why.
Right. There you go.
Yeah,
But,
that's
but
why
I
we
don't
got.
want nobody to think that I love Trump. I don't love Trump. And then another thing, the Democrats pushing this gay stuff on our children. Talking about like making women go inside, letting men go inside women's bathroom. That's cut. Making men able to play women's sports. That's cut.
Yeah, that's
So it's a lot
crazy.
of stuff. It's about my morals. It's about my morals. I don't think Trump is a black man lover or he loves black people. I don't think that. I think the eagle is just one wing of the Democrats, one wing of the Republicans. Just right now, the Democrats have lost their damn mind, and the Democrats has lied to us so many years, and we vote for them for nothing. You vote for Malcolm X said this a long time ago. Don't vote for no party unless they're giving you something. What you voting for them for? Because they said they left racist.
I don't do none of them voting anyway. It's
I
all
never voted.
good.
I never voted in my life. I'm
Yeah, it's
49 years
good.
old. I never voted. Have you voted one time before?
I did it one time just to see what it's about.
I never voted because the Most High said, "Don't vote for none of them. Ain't none of them your king." I ain't vote for none of them.
I drove
And that's what I voted for Obama, but I know that was just some bull.
Obama first term. I
And,
didn't even
and
care about politics at the
and he's
time.
some bullshit. And he was some bullshit the whole time. But we thought he was somebody. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was somebody too. We all got duped. That was the last time we got duped though. He
But
was the
now,
last
because you
time.
gotta
Trust me.
realize
FDA said, "Oh hell no."
he
Yeah, he was the last
programmed.
time we got duped. I ain't hear you.
We programmed.
Yeah,
It's all a program, bro.
vote Democrat. They think 'cause they black, you supposed to vote Democrat. I don't vote at all, but people say I'm a Trump lover because I like the fact that he was taking all that gay shit out. I like the fact that
Me
he
too.
became
Me
president
too.
before anybody. I'm like, this is the best president we ever had because he doing shit that I didn't
Yep.
expect no president to do. He's saying shit that I'm like, whoa, is he? I'm shocked he's still alive. Half the shit he said and did, but
Me
he
too. Me too. Me
yeah,
too.
against them.
Me
So the
too.
media against you, you know how they push a negative narrative on anybody. You know, when the media against you, they can make you look bad. So now they push this, oh, he's a woman beater, he this and that. So people, oh, he's a felon. So they just hang on that, but they just skip the fact that y'all just have felons in there like Joe Biden and ain't no better. You know, so it's just like, why do y'all just
Oh
assume just
man.
'cause oh, he gonna put everybody in chains. He gonna enslave y'all. And I'm like, look, he already did 4 years. He ain't go through none of that. But at the end of the day, I don't care. It's both sides is playing good cop, bad cop. But for some reason, it seemed
Yeah.
like Trump not playing the right role. It seemed like he not doing what he supposed to do sometimes. So I be rocking for him. I like when he do some crazy shit. I be like, damn, that's crazy. Why he do that dumb shit? But for the most part, he's shaking the room up there, and I like it. He got them people scared. They scared to talk on TV. He getting
Yeah.
people bad fake news. Oh no, it ain't fake news. Then why he just win $5 million and half the network got fired?
And got
Obviously,
off a lawsuit. Off a lawsuit.
he
Yep.
keeps suing them. So it's like he don't care. Go ahead, keep on defamation of character. But people believe in it and they willing to because they know money is fake. Money can be printed out any day. It's monopoly. They
Right.
using this to
Right.
get the power. Once
Right.
you let
They
go of the
got money. Look, that little money they had to pay. That wasn't nothing. They were trying to make them lose the election. They ain't kidding about paying that money out.
boy,
They
they
were
done
trying to win that election.
Al Sharpton, everybody came out. Beyonce, J Lo. I said, well, J Lo ain't come out speak on Diddy, but she was speaking for Camilla though. That's crazy.
No, you got Cardi B, retarded ass came out. All of them came out. They came
Teleprompter
out for
went
that
up.
money though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they spent like two
Yeah,
two.
but it's on the backs of our people though. And see, that's how much that people they don't care nothing about this about our people. They care about themselves. People that care about man, listen. We could be rich, and I could be rich, and I'm still going to speak up for my people. I'm not. I'm not. I'm a die. I'm a die rebel. If that make any sense to y'all,
Yeah.
I'm a die rebel.
Makes a lot
I'm
of
a die
sense.
rebel. I'm not going to die hide behind eating food and shit, sipping champagne. Come on, I'm so you fuck that. I'm a die rebel. I'm dying.
You
I'm going to
know
die
what I
rebel.
say?
I'm not going to die no sucker ass. No.
Okay, I'm gonna
Huh?
die. When I die, I'm gonna die standing, not on my knees.
I hope
Yeah, I'm a
not.
die rebel. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going to die no quiet in the corner ass motherfucker. No, nope,
But that's what religion
nope.
for. Because if you ain't got fear of going to hell, then you'll basically fight against them. So they got that fear of God in you, and you thinking like God watching me and God. They not thinking about that. You think they think about that when they poison
You
the
ain't never
food,
lied.
when they
They
poison the
weren't thinking
water.
about that all that time. He was hanging us, making children bait for alligators. They weren't thinking about none of that.
Nah, they don't care about none of that, but they push it because they know it keep niggas in control. It keep niggas from
Mm.
storming the White House. Because if you ain't
Uh
had
huh.
no religion, you'd be like, fuck that. I need to have heaven on earth just like y'all. But if you believe you
Right.
can get it after you die,
Right.
people would let these people
Right.
on earth and sit back and wait for theirs. And it ain't coming.
So
Ask
you
somebody,
die. You gotta die. No,
yeah,
we gotta die for our heaven. Huh? No, no, no,
yeah.
no,
They already told
no.
you what heaven look like and everything. It's like, how can somebody describe somewhere they never been? I never been in your house, brother. I can't tell you how your bathroom and everything look, but they can tell you that's heaven right now. They can describe it, play the, oh, this is heaven. This how you get into the gates. How you
Better
know
get
it's a
my
gate?
charger.
Why is it the gate in heaven? Why they need to have a gate up? That part
Right.
blows me right there. Like God don't need no gate to keep who out. He big dog. Like he got him messed up. Gate wide open then. Like nah, talking about he ain't gonna let you through the gates. I go around the side. You talking about like it's just stuff that they make up and people believe, and it's just like we too
That's true.
old to believe in fairy tales. You know,
That's
it's like
true.
tell you Santa is real, but that's how you put fear into people, and they started to behave. That's how you control millions of people at one time. You
Yeah.
can't do that by just fear, physical fear. Some people don't fear that physical shit, but spiritually,
You know,
my,
my
what
bad.
up,
Go ahead.
John? Nah, I'm just
Nah,
saying,
go ahead.
man, Mr. John. What up, Trayvon? Got Trey in here, Trayvon in here.
What's up, Trayvon? What's going on, brother? Glad you chimed in. Now finish going what you saying.
Nah, I was saying, man, our people need to wake up from this matrix, man. They told us in
Mhm.
movies. I think they put all the real stuff in movies and all the fake in real life. You know,
Yep,
like
that's how they do it.
they get us. Like we really don't know that it's more. Like we probably on 10% of the real Earth. Like we don't know what's out here. We really think we can't get past the ice wall. Like that's just amazing to me. Like how can people really believe that? Like if China
To
had a
get
wall,
past the ice wall, you gonna have to go in water.
What
why?
ice wall you talking about?
Fly over the motherfucker. It's like what's wrong with the sky? It's like the wall don't reach the heavens. But that for some reason they got people in their head thinking like, how can you
Nah,
ice wall?
we under a dome.
No, it's because they made a treaty. The one time everybody in the world decided to come together and agree upon something. They can't agree on nothing else, but they all agreed that we can't come to Antarctica.
Right,
How
because
did
Antarctica is another no Antarctica is just a whole that's right. Antarctica. Everything is over there.
everything
Everything.
past there?
Hey, Slim, they ain't even got to agree to that. Cause I mean, of course, somebody would want to go, but you couldn't even pay me to go. I don't want to go to Antarctica. Fuck that. Oh man,
No,
gonna be
I want
wrong.
to go past Antarctica, like Andrew Bird, the guy who gave us our map. He traveled past it.
I mean, I'll be waiting.
But you know
You
he
can
couldn't get
FaceTime me.
past the wall, you
You
know,
can
it was
FaceTime me.
something there.
I
Hmm.
don't want to go nowhere near that. But you can
He,
But it was
FaceTime me, and I
something
like to
there he
see it.
couldn't get past.
nah, he got past it. He said something
No,
to
he was all the way there next to the wall, but when he got to the edge, it was something there. And he showed a picture. I sent it to you. And you can see
I
something
seen
there.
you
It's
the
black.
interview, nigga. He said on live television what he seen and how they took over his aircraft and how they got technology that we don't even have and how it's land
Right.
over there that man never stepped on. He's describing what he seen. He ain't get stuck in no ice wall. If he got stuck at the ice wall, he can't describe what's on the other side. He was describing what was on the other side, and that man got silent. You can see how scared he
Do y'all,
was.
be-
Yeah,
I'm
do,
but I mean, if you got that video, I need to see that video.
do y'all
uh,
believe? Do y'all believe in dinosaurs?
No, I think they just giant bones probably. They just
I think
keep
they was here. I think they
I,
was here.
I don't.
leaving dinosaur. That's
I don't. No,
I think they
let me
was
say
here.
why I don't believe it was here. Let me say why I don't believe it was here.
Right.
And you're gonna say, because that's another way that the devil offset in the Bible. Did the Bible ever describe any of them big dumbass animals? Now,
no.
one, the Bible described all the foods we could eat and all that back in them times. The Bible never described no big ass animals. They ain't. Then we getting tonight. Just like I'm gonna tell you how real the dinosaurs is. This is real as them landing on the moon. That shit's fake. They lying. They putting up there. They making some looking at bones. Oh, look at this. Look at these Antarctica. We discovered these bones. Man, listen to me. You goddamn you Antarctica, whatever I'm saying the wrong thing. Architect, whatever the things people call, they go in there to swipe some damn bone dust with this. Man, y'all gotta read between the lines, bro. Just look at
So
these
let me
people.
ask you this.
Go
So
ahead,
let me ask you this.
go ahead.
Let me ask you, so you don't think like the bones that they found of like the
No,
aliens and all
I
that
believe they
thing?
placed them down inside the dirt. And I
So you
also
don't
believe
think
this right
that,
here, too, right?
so you don't think them that
Mm-mm,
are aliens and nothing?
mm-mm. Let's
All
check
that
this out. Check
You
this out.
think
Check
we
this
the
out.
only people
Check
in
this out.
here?
Check this out. Check this out. I'll never forget, man, my first child mother, man. I was like, when she said dinosaurs ain't real, I laughed her out. I was like, oh, you girl, I've been to museums plenty of times when I was in school. You tripping like, man, you was a luncher. Man, she been doing them. It's just enough guys, man, whatever. But I let it go like my she lunch. She was talking about. But it took me like about 20 years later or more to be like, to understand the whole science of what these people are about. They like to make you believe something is real, just like landing on the moon. You get my point? Just like landing on the moon. It wasn't real. It's not real, but if you want to believe it's real, you can still believe it's real to this day if you want to. The dinosaur bones that they got in these museums, it fascinates you like, God damn. Now you can watch all these movies. You can watch all this shit on all these movies. You can watch that. Oh my God. Woo. The Rex. Look at T-Rex. Look at T-Rex. No.
So let me ask you this. So none of the bones
but the alligator's still around. The alligator was around when all the big ass dinosaurs was here, but the alligator survived. Now go ahead.
All right, so look, let me ask you this. So the bones that they finding, even with the old bones of like extraterrestrial, you think that's not real either?
No, it's not real. Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
Just like a chicken
Let me say this.
just like a chicken McNugget. Just like a chicken McNugget. Now it's as real as a chicken McNugget. You can easily put particles together and make it look like make it like some bones and cartilage. You say we put a chicken nugget together and call it chicken.
I'm going to ask you something. So you don't believe, but this one thing, you know, one thing for sure, they ain't gonna tell no lie. I mean, they're gonna tell a bunch of lies, but they're gonna put truth into it, right?
And some things, not all.
Right? So you saying the extraterrestrials, the old bones that was in tombs, you saying none of that's real as well, right?
Bones and tombs as far as kings and all that from no, them bones real from out back. Them bones, them human remains, not dinosaur remains.
So hold up, let me finish. So
Good.
do you know what I'm about to say? Do you know the oldest bone that they found
No, I don't.
was a black woman's bone?
I could believe. I knew it was a black person. I didn't know who it was.
The oldest bone that they found. Okay.
And see, if you read the Bible gonna take you back before. It's gonna take you back before. It's gonna take you back. It never mentioned nothing about dinosaurs. But go ahead.
But look, because you know why I ain't mentioning nothing about dinosaurs?
No, I don't. You tell me what.
That's not the play. The play is to mess us up spiritually.
But the Bible don't mess you up spiritually. I don't know what you mean by that. The Bible don't mess you up spiritually.
No, well, I mean some parts, yeah, the whitewash part.
Name a part. Name a part. Hold on. Before you say name a part. I don't think you're gonna know right now. You're gonna have to probably do some research. But name a part where you think mess you up spiritually.
Well, the design of the story of Adam and Eve.
How can that mess you up spiritually though? How can that mess a person up spiritually?
If you don't know the truth,
that can't mess you up. Hold on. That can't mess you up spiritually because you don't know the truth. We never gonna know the truth. We never gonna know the truth. You go off of faith. Everybody know you go off of faith. It ain't no. You don't know the truth until you find out the truth. And how you gonna find out is when you go back to God. So you just going off of faith anyway, bro.
No. You don't have to go. That's what I'm saying about your energy. You don't have to go directly back to God to learn and know. You can be here and getting your downloads. You can be here.
You know the truth. So how do you?
Let me finish. I'm right there. Let me tell you.
You're gonna say you feel it. You're gonna say you feel it.
No, through meditation. That's what they do. That's what
meditation gives you peace. Meditation gives you peace. Meditation does not give you truth.
Let me hold on. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. When you praying for something, what you praying for? But when you being connected to something through your energy, through the essence that is hitting from you, especially when your third eye still be like closed, whereas though it's another part to all of this. How did this came up? The Bible is just not the forefront of life. It's just not, or the Quran.
Well,
To help it,
what other book can you read
it's a
that give you
tool to
more?
help it.
What other book can you read?
It's not about book.
Name a better.
It's no
Hold on.
book.
Name a better book that you could read. Now I'm not saying I'm not. This is
I
not being sarcastic.
know all books are good. I'm just
No,
telling you that. But it's
hold
not.
on. I ain't even finished. I ain't even finished my sentence.
But you ain't let me finish.
Name a
Go
book.
ahead.
Look, name a book that you could read that can help you through life better than the Bible. Tell me a book. They go, no, I'm sorry. They give you more information about this world. They give you more information about this world and all the nationalities and and what they represent and who they are. Because the Bible tell you about the white man, the China man, the Arab man, the black man, the fake Jew man. The Bible tell you about everything in this earth. So you tell me, name a book that give you more information than the Bible. Just, I'm not saying that you could tell. I ain't read every book in the world, but name a book that give you more information than the Bible about the world, about the whole world.
But the whole everything, right?
About the whole world. Name a book.
Name
They
a book.
won't even allow that book to be possible. They will kill you, or they won't even allow it to be published. But that,
They're gonna piece it all together for one
But you
book.
know why I say that? But you know why I say that, King? Because
I'm gonna tell you, I'm
go ahead,
glad I
go ahead.
I was ready to say it, Molly, and let you say it yourself. But it's a lot of books out there, and the Bible, the Quran, reading the 12, the Israelites, and all that them books. That's stepping stones. But from, like I'm ready to tell you the story where the stories came from, Adam and Eve, the book, if they were 600 years away from the time, it wasn't no John in the Middle East. It wasn't no John in Africa. It wasn't no Paul. It was what are you talking about? None of these things was in Africa, Middle East, really, our Africa continent. So there's a lot of things that can throw you off when you stop believing these things. So that's why I say just take my word and invest it. There's one book called The Holy Tablet.
See
Talks about
what made me mention the Bible being a book because you got all, and I ain't gonna say all, but you got a lot of these different religions. They take parts of the Bible and put the great example. The Quran, the Muslims, they gonna tell you about when you ask a Muslim, how you know about Jesus? Where you know about Jesus from? They gonna say, guess what? The Bible. What Nick? Tell me where else you can know something about Jesus from?
the Quran.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
The Quran
The,
got
Bi-
it on.
astronomy, it depends how you look at Jesus. If he's
Yeah.
to me,
no, I'm talking about the life they talk about in the
story of
Bible.
Christ, the story
Because
of Christ.
you got to keep in mind the Muslims they refer
But
back
you
to
gotta
Jesus throughout
understand
the
though,
Bible.
you're a Jew, all of this stuff is copywritten. A lot of
Right.
people didn't talk about Jesus but the Bible. Disney just bought it and they changing stuff in it already and people getting pissed off. That's what people gotta understand. Like if we the spawn as beings on the earth, why we need a book to understand how the earth works and how we supposed to go about our lives. I see an alley cat right now. He know what to do. Like he know how to be a cat. A lion know how to be a lion. We the only people that say we smart, but we don't know how to be
You know
spiritual.
why? You know why we had to have a book? You know why we had to have all this? You know why?
We
Because
ain't had to.
if it's up to the Neanderthal, it'd be free fall. Ain't no nothing. It's whatever you get bust inside your head, get your stuff taken from you, and ain't no morals. Without the Most High, there's no morals. You don't have to have any morals. You can do whatever
So
you want to do.
So you
it's two
think you
different
got
things. We
write it
ain't talking about the
down
most
for it
high.
actually to be enforced? You think that when lions say that this my territory, that he write it in a book and say you can't come here because this my land? No, they know. When that lion crossed that
Yeah,
line, he don't even let
my phone about to go dead. Yeah.
okay.
No, I say if I hang up because I had it on the charger, but the shit ain't even charging. Like man,
Nah, it would
oh
die
my,
still on the charger. It would die
right?
on.
Because I got a bad charger. I bring the baby. You got never charger here. You got a C charger.
Yeah, but I don't believe
Yeah, let me
in
get real quick. I got the
dinosaurs and
thing wrong.
all that stuff. Like dinosaurs supposed to live so long
Let's
ago.
hide the tail with it too.
Smart to talk about, but I think them just giant bones and just to
Okay.
hide the fact that we was once bigger and taller than this. To hide it, they just say it was dinosaurs. They can design it how they want and put it in certain shapes and make it into something. But it's like, come
But
on, man. I know it's a line exists because I can see it. And you can't tell me something exists that we can't see. Like we never seen before. But they can do that, like the boogeyman. Like, okay, they created
I
him. So they
believe,
created dinosaurs. They created ghosts. They created a lot of these things you see on TV. So the more you believe it, it can become real to you, but you'll never see a dinosaur. They can make it history. You can make it a thing. They gave it names and everything. They naming shit that they wasn't even there. They don't even know these things actually roam the earth, but it's 100 different dinosaurs by name. And it's people who get paid millions of dollars. Once you name and stuff, you start saying, "Oh, we found it," so people can keep investing into your research. Oh, they found a dinosaur bone. Let's give them another $1 billion. So they gotta keep fake finding stuff, and then they
well,
stage it.
not to cut you off, but
Yes,
as far as dinosaur, that's an AA. That's don't matter with me because I wasn't in time. But what I wanted to say was, oh, Sultan is charged down.
yeah, it's on like that.
Yeah, what I wanted to say based on that was that religion is not God. The books are not God. That's what we got to
Exactly.
separate from. You
You
know,
God's
your
got
God conscience is you and your creator, which is your father, which is the God talking to his little God to be able to do the things which you need. If you don't feel that you're a God, you won't be able to move right. But if you think you just a man here on earth and working, and that's what it is, then you ain't gonna move right. You ain't gonna be able to do. You become that. You become exactly what they want you to become. Uh,
mm,
uh, 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 they go to harvest and hijack your DNA, everything about you. Let you get sick, get money off that, get everything they can get out of that dang on birth certificate.
yeah, it's
You
smart.
know?
It's
Yeah.
smart. They make people become one, what they like you to be. And that's what I don't get with a lot of people. They say it all the time. Like when we different people, you gonna like some things. What works for you ain't gonna work for me. Then why you trying to live like John?
Yeah.
Why you don't dress like John? You don't walk in like Jesus Christ. Like he ain't catch the
Right.
bus, he ain't catch Uber. We gotta adjust to our lifestyle now. Even when you talking about these people, okay, that was good in their times, but how we supposed to do things in our time? And we keep comparing our lives to people that was living in a whole nother time zone when women was treated badly compared to our days. So it's just like how we gonna ever be in our present time when we keep reading back in the past saying, well, this what Paul did, this what Jacob did. You know what God said to this person and da 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 da. It's like, well, who God said? What God saying to Trump right now? He need to come talk to this nigga. He need to come talk to me too. He need to come holler at some people of today's time to help us in our time. But I'm tired of hearing how he came back then to help people in their time and they still couldn't get it right. They still killed Jesus based on their story. So it's just like, come on, man. Even if you believe in the book, it's like, why we can't talk about a Christ today? Oh, that was the last one to come. Says who? Or what
Right.
you said? It's just like it's always something with these people. They gotta answer for everything because people was asking these questions. They knew these questions would come about. When Jesus returning, or we can't give you a date. He said he will return. And da, da. He said in that time, the people in that time. So them people are dead. So I mean, he already been back. So it's just like people just let the preacher talk and don't actually read for themselves. So it's like even if you waiting on Christ, he was talking to them people in them times, and he said, "I'll be back before they die." Them people, them he was talking to them. So if they dead, that mean he been back before they died, and if they gone, he been here. He can
Yeah.
still be here. But they constantly kills them every time somebody come to Christ like Dr. Sebi like they get rid of these people. So it's like, man, there's a lot of people probably can be spiritually awoken, but it's like every time they get there and try to walk the earth and teach everybody else how to get there, they seem to get crucified. And we look
Yep.
past and just think, oh, he was just a health guy. No, he was telling people how we supposed to nicely eat from the land, even though your Bibles tell y'all. But for some reason, y'all just skip past it because somebody gonna edit it and say you can eat this type of meat. You can eat this and eat this. Like it's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it, Mr.
Yeah. I
Kane.
feel you, man. But this was a good take. What you think?
Yeah, it was
I know we
good.
still long.
Nah, it was good take, man. We can do this again, man. If anybody watching want to join us next time, just let me know. We'll send you the link out.
Yep. Woke
Yep,
Mondays.
yep.
Wake up Mondays. Wake up Mondays. That's what this gonna be. Wake up Mondays. It's
Oh,
something good and juicy that comes in, get our thoughts and our frequency running through, and this brainstorm. Let's put this thing together. Let's do it. Wake up Monday, y'all.
mhm. That's a fact.
Lines then.
We out, man. See y'all next time.